Hi, this is Camille from my Junk Journal Heaven. I have a project that I've tried to film twice and didn't get it done, and because it didn't film. So I've got this put together. It's one of these flip-flop journals that just keep going. Oops. Yeah, that's right. And it's going to have 5 signatures in it. So I started out, I'll tell you what I started out with. I started out with these envelopes that I got at Ollie's. They are 9 by 12 inches, and I folded them in half and then hooked them together with their flaps. I didn't keep any for pockets because the pockets would have been like here, and that just would have been too hard when I got the signature sewn in. So I covered them with scrapbook paper. And I don't, excuse me, I don't think the envelopes were the same size altogether, because either that or I cut my papers wrong, which wouldn't be a surprise either. But anyway, so there's that. Now I'm going to do the signatures, and I have multiple things here that I'm going to put in signatures. How is everybody? Hope you're doing good. We've been having a lot of rain, which is good because we've needed it. I guess what I need to do is get my regular papers. I've kind of divided them into signatures already. I'm going for a farm theme. And I'm not real wild about what got printed on the other side. My printer printed way too yellow for things that should have been not quite this yellow, but that's all right. We'll live with it. That one's good. So I have 4 for each signature, and then I'm going to put in, I guess I have to decide what I want for the front of the signature, the front page. I think for this one I'll have the door. And then I'm going to put in one of these pages. These came from a book called How to Make Them a Butterfly Garden. And then we'll do another one of these. And a coffee dyed paper. And another one of these. And I have different coffee dyed papers too. I don't know what I want to use here. Let's see. I have these lined coffee dyed papers. Maybe I'll put that in there. That's kind of fun. And they smell like coffee. Okay. Only this one I'm going to turn this way. So I have something pretty on the inside for the center of the signature. And that makes what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages for the signature. So that should be about okay, I would think. Let me make sure. Yep, that'll fit. They'll fit just fine. Okay. So there's one signature. So have y'all been having rain too? We were getting warnings of fire danger. We've never had that here. Not while I've lived here. Because I got to decide what I want for the front of this one. It's usually so wet. And so do I want the door, or do I want, I think I want the cows at the front of this one. And then I'm going to try and vary the things. Anyway, we've never had warnings of fire danger since I've lived here. I couldn't believe it. It's usually pretty moist. And all of a sudden we've got this warning of fire danger. And where's my other papers that I was using? I don't know whether those are as pretty as they could be, but they're definitely crackly and fun. And let's see what's on the other side of this one. Okay. Let's see, what do I not have in here? I have the regular coffee dyed. Oh, that's what I did. I didn't put that one in there. And then this one will go this way. See how awful that yellow is. I'm going to have to put a lot of things on there. Okay, that one sticks out a bit, but we'll see how that works. And I love the dog. Absolutely love it. I think on this one I'm going to have the chicken be the front. That big old rooster. Or do I want that for the middle? Nope, you know what? I think I'll put the dog on the front and have the rooster be the middle. And the chicken. Okay, so let's go with the doggy. I don't particularly want to do these all in the same order. And we'll put this one here. And one of these. I took these out of the book and then I had to cut them down a bit, and then I put them together with washi tape so that they'll be okay sewn into the signature. And this one, and my coffee dyed paper. And then the roosters. Or the chickens. Okay. Now wait a minute, do I have 5? Or only 4? I only have 4 signatures? No, that's not right. I've put 2 together here. Yeah, I got 2 put together. The pigs are the first page here. Definitely. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. So anyway, we've been getting the rain. And then we've had lots of other fun things. What do I want for the middle page of this one? I think I'll have the one with the truck. And thunder and lightning. All the fun stuff. And I went out. My son did some work on my ride-on lawnmower for me and brought the things back to me on Sunday. And now what am I missing in here? I found these little flowers on the ground, and I thought somebody's flowers have blown into my yard. I couldn't figure that out. Well, it ended up that I have a tree that has these flowers on it. And I have never seen it there before. I've never seen this tree flower before, or the flowers. It's in my backyard, and I mow it at least twice in the summer. I mow back there with my ride-on mower, and I would have seen them. and I hadn't seen any of it. I couldn't believe it. I think I need one more of that other paper. Yes, I do. So I went to my water aerobics class and was asking people if they knew what the tree was, and they were like, well, without seeing it, we don't know. So I came home and looked it up, looked on the internet, and found out it's called a tulip tree. And they're native to the southeast United States. Do I already have that red door on one? Yep, I do. I don't want to have that for the first page. I think I'll put that in the middle of this one. And we'll have this be the first page. So anyway, it's called a tulip tree, and they can grow up to 90 feet tall. And they don't bloom until they're between 15 and 20 years old. So I don't know how old that tree is. When we bought the property, it was, oh, I'm putting, okay. It was covered with trees and brush. It had to be totally cleaned off to put our mobile home here. So anyway, so it's been there for a while because nobody had done anything with this property. It was, some people owned it, but they had never done anything with it. I don't think they ever lived on it or did anything. I don't know if I want to put these in there or not. I don't know. And these I thought about putting in. I think I will. I think I'll put those in someplace. Just for fun. We can have some odd things in here. Make it kind of fun. And maybe I'll put this one here. Whoops, only want one. That'll make it a little bit thicker signature. And I don't think I'm going to have to cut that down, but I'm going to, whoops, pull this out and see if it's going to have to be cut down or not. Maybe it will. Maybe I need to cut that down just a little bit. Well, yep. I probably should, but I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of them together and then we'll do it. Then I'll do it. So anyway, I found a new tree and it's pretty. It's got these little flowers. They're sort of, well, they're about like that big, and they're pinkish yellow, kind of with white, with green at the bottom, not white, green at the bottom. Whoops. Did I put everything in here? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay. So they're pretty. They're out in my yard. They're up kind of high. I have to look up to see them. And I can't get a close-up picture of them because with my phone, I should probably get out my good camera and get a close-up. Now I need to put one of these in here. why not put one in the middle? Right in the middle of this one. So what's everybody doing? Spring's here. People are planting things. One of the ladies at my water aerobics today brought in some mustard greens that she's grown. Was giving them to everybody, so I'm having mustard greens cooked tomorrow night. I've never used them before, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to cook them with some bacon and the bacon grease and put some bacon in it, and I don't know what I'm going to have for meat to go with it. I haven't decided that yet. Probably some kind of pork, just because it sounds like it should be. And have a nice little meal. I'm going to put that in the middle again. Oh, and this needs to go here. That's too much together there. Maybe I should have turned that the other way. Yep, I think I'll turn this one the other way. If I was smart, I'd probably take that out of there. That's not in there right. I would probably take the yellow pages out and cut them, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and cut them as they are. I don't need much cut off of it, just a little bit. Just a touch. And it feels like there's something else sticking out there, so I don't mind things sticking out, but not too far, especially not in this kind of situation where it's going to be tied around and flip-flop back and forth. Boy, I am getting them cut down here too. Wow. More than I thought, more than I planned on. And crooked, of course. And rough. I don't like that. I don't like that rough stuff. Okay. Maybe we'll do this a different way. I've been wanting to do one of these journals for a long, long time, and I just haven't done it. So I figured now's the time to do it. I have the I don't know whether this will work better or not, but we'll find out. I had these envelopes I bought a while ago. I've had them for a while. Planning on doing this journal. Okay, that's what it was supposed to do the first time, was just take off the edges. And just haven't gotten around to doing it, so here we go. I need to empty my trash can. It's full. Overflowing. I hope I'm recording. This is what happened last night. I thought I was recording and it wasn't recording. Now, why is that sticking out like that? And then it started thundering and lightning, and my little dog got upset, so we quit filming and gave up on it. I quit filming and then found out that I hadn't filmed, is what happened. That's just more fun than you want to have when you think you're doing something and you're not. Okay, that one little bit didn't want to come off. Okay, now I've got all my signatures ready to go in, and I'm not going to put pockets or anything on them yet. I'm going to do that when I have gotten them sewn in. And I suppose for somebody new, I can do one, I'll sew one in, show you how it's done, and then the rest of them I'll do off camera because almost everybody knows how to do them. Which one do I want to be my very first one? I think the pigs have to be the first one. Is that my front? Yep, that's the one I wanted for the front. And I have these that printed on cardstock. I didn't know they were doing that. And I'm very tempted to cut this out and put it on the front. A border collie. I have one of my good friends has a border collie, and I love watching the border collies go after the sheep. They do such a fantastic job of chasing sheep. As a matter of fact, maybe, no, that's too big for that. Okay. They herd sheep, they herd ducks, they herd all kinds of things. I'm going to cut this and see what happens. If I trim around it, fussy cut it a little bit. See what it looks like on here. I may not be able to use it, but I kind of would like to. I'm not going to get too fancy with my fussy cutting right now because I don't know whether it'll work or not. I also like horses. My sister used to have horses. Okay, that would work, but it's going to have something behind it. Okay. That will work. I don't know how I'm going to fussy cut this one, but I'm going to do it. I think right now I'm just going to cut a little bit out. Maybe leave some sheep behind him. My friend's dog is named Missy. She's never been trained as a herding dog, but she is a very busy dog. They're very busy. They have to have a job. These dogs have to have a job. Okay. There's that. Now, to sew this in, what I'm going to do is take a piece of cardstock, or not cardstock, book page that I don't use for anything except gluing on and so forth. And I want it to be the same size, so first I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to cut it down to the same size, which is 8.5. I don't understand my printer. Sometimes it prints with the white edge around it, and sometimes it doesn't, and this time it didn't. So all my papers ended up being the 8.5 by 11. I couldn't believe it. Okay. Now I know a lot of people, a lot of people take theirs and fold it in half, and I do that because I want one in the middle. And then they fold it again in half again, and I don't normally do that. I fold mine just a little bit down. I like it to be just a little bit higher on mine, so I'm going to fold this way and this way. And I'll bet I don't have a needle over here. I had one somewhere. I'm sure I've got, oh, there they are. There's my needles. Okay, and then I'm going to mark it. So I can see it, and you can. There's my middle right there. And there's the next one right there. And there. And here and here. And I'm going to open up my pages. You want to get your pages in together as far as you can. And then I clip mine. I either clip them or put a big paper clip on them. I think I'm going to go for the paper clips. Actually, I'm going to do them on I'm wondering if I ought to do it all the way through or do them separate. Well, let's just get this clip together and then we'll see. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and do this make the holes in here. And I'm just going to kind of guesstimate where I need to make those holes. And I'm going to use my pokey tool because I haven't found my other tool lately. This one will work just fine. Okay, then I've got that already done. So I can match up the holes. And they're right at the fold. Okay. Now, I want to be right at the fold on this one. Ooh. That's a little bit short. Oh well. I'm going to eyeball it. Won't hurt anything. I'm going to go ahead and put these, at least that one on like that, and poke my holes. And you want to leave it folded as much as possible so that the holes go right through the crease. Right through the crease. Okay, and I'm going to take this paper out. Whoops, it didn't go through the crease there. Well, I guess it did. I didn't fold the papers the right way, I guess. All right, now I'm going to take I use crochet thread. It's pretty strong and it works just fine. And I use that in a darning needle. I don't like the pointed needle because when you come back up through the center, you don't want it to poke through the thread. So, and usually people use 3 times. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this double thread or not. I've done some double and some not. I don't think it needs to be double. Well, let's go ahead and do it. It'll just strengthen it. And that should be enough. I like the big eye in the needle so I can see it. I don't have good close-up vision anymore. My glasses don't help with that as much as I'd like them to, and if I take them off I can't see anything up close. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to come in to the center hole and you're going to match it up with the center hole on your here and come up. Keep a tail on it. You don't have to keep much of a tail, but you keep a tail, and then you can go either top or bottom, doesn't matter. Nobody cares. There aren't any police out there that are going to come and say you went in the wrong place. But I'm going to go in the cover and then go through the paper. Oops. It's getting all caught up around everything. Hope you can see me. Oh, come on. There. All right. Ooh, almost pulled that out. I'm going to have to start all over again. Okay. Make sure it's pretty snug. You snug it up when you're done, and then you go into the top or the bottom, whichever one you didn't go into before. Go through that. And it's getting caught up on the sides again. This is going to be more fun than I wanted to have sewn in 5 of these. But that's the way it works. Okay. And out through that one. And now I'm going to come back into the middle, but I need to make sure that I don't have any problems outside, and I did. As you can see, I have some problems with the thread not being even. I don't know what happened with that, but we're going to fix it there. Now you want to go back in your middle hole. And this is why I like the blunt needle, because I do not want to go through that thread, because if you do, then you can't tighten it up. And I'm going to go right back through that hole. Anyway, that's the main idea, is that you go back through the hole. And why am I not getting through it? Oh, come on. You know, this works just fine when I'm not filming. There it goes. There we go. My goodness. Now you want your threads, the beginning and the end threads, to be on the opposite sides, and I have uneven threads here again, so I've got to do something to even those up. I'm going to go ahead and cut the needle off because I don't need it on there anymore, and I don't need these. And I hope I got them all the same right side up. I have been known to make mistakes with that before. Yeah, so far they're good. Okay. But I need to figure out where my threads have gotten funny. Well, they got a little bit twisted there, but I don't think that'll be a problem. I'm not going to let it bother me anyway. Whoops. Okay. This gets more and more interesting. Okay, there we go. Now make sure they're okay on the other side. Yes, they're fine. Now you're going to tie a double knot here. Right over left and left over right, or whichever way you do it. And some people tie 3 knots, which is what I'm going to do, just to make sure. And then I'm going to put just a little dot of glue on it. And when it dries, then I'll cut it off. And what I like to do with it is mash it down. I know that sounds a little strange, but it makes it a little bit easier to take care of. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there. So that knot doesn't come undone. All right, and I'll do the rest of these and I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. It's actually the next day, but I'm back. I've sewn in my signatures and I glued the horse on the front, and I glued the dog on the back. So my next thing is to do some decorating with the pages, and I put this over the top of this thing because I couldn't stand that color. I still don't like it, but it's there. So maybe I'll try and find something that kind of goes with it that I can glue on here to make a tuck spot or something. I have lots of things I've cut out. I printed some more pages on cardstock so that I can make them into tags and pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. So how's everybody doing today? I've been very lazy. I needed to mow my front yard and I did not do it. I'm going to have to do it tomorrow. And I keep saying that. And then I don't do it. But hopefully I will get it done tomorrow. Okay, that'll be a tuck spot for something. I'm not going to do anything on this page, I don't think. I may do something later. I was thinking about this one. I don't know that I like that on there. This could be a side tuck. That doesn't look even to me. Maybe it's because the door's not even, but it doesn't look like I cut it out even. When I look here. Yep, it's even. Okay. Just me. And I think I'm going to put it in here as a side tuck. Yep, this one I'm going to do as a side tuck. So I'm going to glue on the... Oh, I have not inked this one. I inked the other one. I haven't inked this one. At least when I ink these edges. So I was talking to my sister earlier, and she has a beautiful little dog. He is absolutely gorgeous. He's a, yeah, right. Now I can't say what he is. Anyway, he's gorgeous. He's a beautiful dog. He's a full-bred dog. I'll think of what he is in a minute here. But we've decided that he's probably on the spectrum. He doesn't like noises. He doesn't like things to change. He doesn't like certain things. And he goes in circles and he goes the same direction all the time. So, and he's really funny. He goes outside and there'll be a cat out there and he doesn't chase the cats at all. He just looks at them and they look at him and they're not worried because he doesn't chase them. This is in their backyard. The cats will be sitting there and, it's him again. And as a sidebar, when we were visiting, my dog went out and chased the cat, and the poor cat was probably more than a little upset because didn't know what was going on. Now I have this page that can be written on, but it's really... I don't know whether the coffee will come off or not. I guess it will a little bit. But it could still be written on, so I'm not going to do anything with that one right this minute. And I have another yellow one. And what do I want to do with this one? I could do another side tuck, but that's getting to be too much. Too many side tucks. Let's make a good-sized pocket here. And that's going to have to be cut down a little bit because it's too big. Anyway, so she said today they went out and there was a crow. And the crow saw the dog and took off. And she said her dog was in mid-step when the crow flew away. And he stopped and he looked back at her like, what was that? He had no idea. Poor little guy, he just doesn't get it. But he's adorable. He's really a cute dog. Really cute. Beautiful. Beautiful coat on him. But all the times I've gone to visit, he still hasn't figured out, my dog and her dog haven't figured out how to be friends. They just neither one of them know how to be friends with each other. They kind of act like they want to, and yet they don't. So, I don't know. They're funny animals, both of them. He's a Sheltie. That's what he is. He's a Sheltie. And they had two. She's never been able to have children, and she and her husband had two before this one. And they were brothers. And the one would go outside, and if there was an airplane going over, leaving a trail, he would get all excited about it. The other one couldn't have cared less. So they call them Brody trails, because he'd get all excited about these trails up in the sky. And I don't know if I want to put something on that or not. I guess I should. I could put something down here because this is a bottom piece. Let's see here. I probably got something I could put down there. I could put the chicken on there. Up against the side and put the chicken on there. Do I want to do that? Or put a pocket? I don't know. I need to put something on here probably. Well, let's go on further and see what happens here. Yeah, some of that coffee is coming off. Oh, that's better. That's much better than it was. It was kind of gritty. There we go. Okay. Now, let's see what we want to do. Go back here. Okay, I put that on there. I was thinking of putting something down at the bottom of this one, but... And I think I have... the bottom of that cut off so I could... Oh, no, that's interesting. Oh, it goes this way. I could make that into a pocket, couldn't I? But it needs to be cut off a little bit. That's a thought. I'll come back to it. I've got all sorts of things I could use as a pocket down there. Okay, we'll come back to that one. I don't want to take too long doing this today. I'm not going to put anything on this one, of course. That's pretty in itself. What about the doggy as a pocket? I love these dogs. I just think they're so cute. I wish they were smaller. It's like my son's German Shepherds. I wish they were smaller because I just don't want a big dog. Unfortunately, German Shepherds are not small. But he's had some real sweeties. Some that were just as sweet as they could be. Okay. Let's put that right there. Oops. That didn't glue down very well. Now, the chicken can go right here, couldn't it? And I don't think I want it to be a tuck spot, although it could be. This part of it could be. Maybe I could do that. Let's see how we do this, if it works. I don't think it's going to work that way. I think I'm going to have to glue it down. But we'll change the picture around a little bit by having the rooster right here. But he needs to be turned so he's standing upright or close to it. We have to come back to him. And there's another one of those pages that I don't like. I may put something over the top of that. Now I have this same page. Where is it? Right here. And it just dawned on me what I can do with this. Because I hadn't figured out what I was going to be able to do with it. I'm going to cut this down and it's going to be a pocket. Let's see. I think I'll put it right about there. And I haven't been making any little tuck spots in any of them. Maybe I ought to do that in this one. Any notches. I don't know that they need to have notches in them when they're obviously pockets, but this one, there's no obviously about this one because it's going to be right down in the exact same spot. Okay. Put my glue down, see if I can get it in a straight line. Yes, I like that. Whoops, only it's not staying down. Come on, catch. Catch on glue. All right, now we go to the next one. I don't think I'm going to do anything with this one right now. But we could have a tuck spot over here. And I've already inked this one. Some of them I inked and some I didn't because I didn't know for sure how I was going to want them to be. I might need to cut them down or something. And when I get to the tags may not be farm related at all. Like here, I think I could put some flowers on there to make that interesting. Oh, it could be like it's in the pot with her. That would be pretty. That would be pretty. For that, I'm going to need to cut a little bit off the bottom. Kind of in a curve. Hopefully I can do this. That looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I don't know what to do with these. I haven't decided yet. I don't want to use all my things in these first few pieces. Now I have another one that's exactly the same. And I'm thinking about making this so that this door opens and there's some writing space under it. I would need to be able to do something different with that. I'm going to leave that in there and come back to it. Ah, the yellow pages. Okay. I think that would be okay to use for a pocket. Needs to be trimmed a little bit, but I think it would be fine. And I may just trim the top down a bit too, so it's not such a deep pocket. Oops, that's glue coming out there. Okay, let's turn the page. That's another one that could have something down here. Actually, this could be written on down there. And here's another page that could have something on it. Let's make this lady a tuck spot. But it could have some things on it later. All right, let's turn the page again. We have cows and a page that could use something. Got a little crooked, but there's nothing I can do about that. And here we have chickens. Let's see. Oh, another yellow page. Did I already do that one? I don't remember. Okay, and here's one of those yucky pages. Here's another window door page. I could put something out here. Okay. What do I want on this one? Maybe this lady as a side tuck. Actually, the side tucks would probably do better on those yucky pages. Whoops, don't want it there. There she is on the other page. Oops, glad I looked. That would be bad. Okay, let's start on this side. There's that door again. And this is pretty here. This could be written on. That's turned out pretty. That what I backed that one with. Oh, go away, Nat. I don't think I want to put her somewhere close to where she was. If I put the horse on some other paper, I could make it a pocket, couldn't I? Let's see. I don't want to have to put stuff behind his ears. But if I glue him to this and trim around it, that might just do it. So I'm going to start some glue down here. And down here. Then I'll get back to this later. I'm going to have to cut around that. It shouldn't be that hard. That would make a kind of a nice pocket. Okay. So let me see what else I have for pockets. This might look good on one of those yucky yellow pages. Oops, I know I've got some here somewhere. I should have anyway. Yep. Okay, that's a pocket for that page. And that's another pretty one that would be good for... And there's the horse, so I don't want to put that in this one. That's a good thing I found that out, huh? We have chickens and a scarecrow and writing paper or something. Let's put this doggy on here. I really like putting photos in mine. I don't know if any of my family will care in the future, but hopefully they will. I have scrapbooks, and my younger daughter said, "Mom, nobody has scrapbooks anymore. They don't care about them." I said, "Well, that's too bad. I have scrapbooks." Never lived on a farm. My sister had, my kids called it the farm. They had an acre and a third or something like that. And they had chickens and they had horses. They had a couple of horses of their own. And then they had, they boarded some horses also. And they had dogs. They lived right across the street from a vet, so that was really good. The veterinarian was right across the street from them. Ooh. That was some residue on there, wasn't it? Okay, glad I got that off. Okay, this one could use something, but I don't know if I want to put something on there right now. Yeah, we'll see. What else do I have that I could put on there? I have these little pigs I cut out. I'm going to put them somewhere. I don't want the pigs in all the same thing, though. Oh, and this page didn't print right. So maybe this is the one where we have the piggies. I think that'll be okay. This is a different kind of journal for me because it won't be having There won't be any of my lace and things on it. What about that there? Now I had cows somewhere else in here, but they were different, so yeah, I think that'll be all right there. I also don't think I have to have something on every page. But the cow will be cute. And I think I'm going to make it so it can be a tuck spot. We want something larger behind it. These are the ones I don't like at all that came up with this. Now I'm going to go on by it and come back to it later with something. We have chickens. This can be written on here. And of course the back. Oops. The back is the ugly page again. I may do something with that. We'll see. And here, I can put that down as a pocket. Or the hay. I don't like the hay on there. That's what about the barn? I can put the barn up over most of that yellow and it'll be, or the reddish. Okay. And the camera, okay. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, a white page. I didn't realize I had a white one. Wow. Okay, this has to have something on it. Definitely. How about the lady? Or... no, I don't want to do that. I don't think I want to cut that down either. Let me see about the leftovers on that page. Okay, let's see here. What do I want to do? I don't like it being white. Let me see here. I've got some paper that I can glue on there. And I don't need it to go all the way over because I've got her to put on there, so I'm only going to put a little bit of this on there. I didn't realize I had a white edge on that one. Come on, move over a little bit. There we go. There we go. Oh, I thought I'd ink this. It looks like it's inked on the top, but the rest of it doesn't look inked. Okay. Whoa. Too much glue right there. And because I made all of these pockets and tucks and things on cardstock, then they ought to be pretty sturdy in here. Okay, let's see what... Oh, I glued that down, that's right. Get lost in what I'm doing here. And we're back to the beginning. So